Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very, very special guest with me today. She is a producer, an actress extraordinaire, and one of the stars of the latest horror film, Agnes, which is premiering this weekend at the Tribeca Film Festival. Miss Molly Quinn. Molly, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for that introduction.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you for taking your time out today to talk to me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, it is a pleasure to be speaking with you today. I want to ask about Agnes, of course, and out of curiosity, how did you become involved in this project?
It's a great question. When my partners at Quagmire and I were looking for our next movie, we wanted something that's not easy to find, which is quirky horror. Not a big genre. So we talked to our production partners at Divide Conquer, who had just done Climate of the Hunter with Mickey, and they sent us a link, and they sent us an early draft of his movie Agnes, and it was basically exactly what we wanted. Like, the movie was so interesting, and his cinematographer Samuel Calvin was amazing. Like, we just really fell in love with what Mickey can bring to a movie, and then the script, we're reading it. Okay, we're at a convent, it's a possession. Oh no, we're gone, we're out. Mary, this character, she's just left. And I was so intrigued um, by someone not feeling like they're trapped, but at the same time just running away from their past. Like, it's great, it's like girl power. You're right, you don't have to stay, but also you're not dealing with your problems. You need to sit down and talk to yourself. So that's how it all came together, and we all got along and got to make this great movie.
That's awesome. I noticed that about this film. It's very much a possession genre movie, but it's also wildly different than that. And one of my favorite parts about it was the character of Mary. And I'm curious, did you and Mickey work together to develop and flesh out that character, or was it something that you kind of took liberties with yourself?
Uh, so Mickey is a great director. He really focuses on the look of the film and setting up the shots just right. Like, he knows what he wants visually, and then he trusts actors to bring the characters to the screen, which I I really appreciated, having that level of trust. So, as a producer, we were talking every single day, multiple times a day, about sets they were finding and like how they were dressing everything. And then as an actor, I would let him know like kind of where I was sketching Mary to be. But I really just, I started thinking about her. I started a journal for her, trying to figure out what it was that made her tick, and landed on the birth of her son and the love she had for her son, and then losing her son, and the kind of real emotional roller coaster that sends anyone on. And so I again started reading literature. I started reading What to Expect When You're Expecting and all these other books about pregnancy, because I wanted to try to reflect that feeling of being given a miracle,
Mhm.
and then that miracle being taken away, and how angry, like, that made me very angry, and that really connected me to Mary.
Absolutely. And I noticed too that this was a very emotional film towards the back end of it. And in Mary herself, she's a person that has experienced immeasurable loss. And that loss typically tends to turn people away from the idea of religion, whereas her character turns towards it. Can you speak a little more about maybe her motivation behind seeking something outside of comfort?
Yes, I feel like Mary almost starts her own religion, and her religion is worshiping her son. I feel like all she ever thinks about, and even when you hear her pray to God, she's really almost trying to bargain and make a deal with whatever will listen to her to get her son back. And she's willing to do anything to have that, which is why I think things go so poorly, because I don't even know if she does not know what she's praying to, but she is begging. She is begging anything that will listen, which is the big problem because something listens.
Yeah.
It doesn't help her.
Right. And I'm curious, with a character that, experiences this loss, and that's something that you yourself have to convey on screen. Were there any real life experiences that you pulled from or inspirations that you used to translate that across on the screen?
Uh, I tried to do my best to portray, to give a fragment of what that loss would be. Um, I did when I was 16. A friend of mine died unexpectedly, um, and I was never able to understand. I felt like if I wanted to die, like I felt like it should have been me. It shouldn't have been her. Um, and I think about her all the time. So I absolutely brought that to the screen and connect with that obsession and that unwillingness to let go because I will never let her go. I'm not going to do it. I would forgo my own salvation before I forgot about her.
Yeah, which that in and of itself kind of echoes something that's said in the film where Agnes tells Mary, you have to bury the past. Did you have to go through any special methods to like detox after this film? Because again, it was a very emotional project in certain parts. Did you have to kind of go to therapy, or were there any kind of practices, exercise, anything like that you relied on to let
Absolutely.
Mary go?
Yeah. Well, so I never let her go. She's always with me. I can't let my characters go. They're like my imaginary friends. They're always with me. They walk right beside me. But learning to coexist in a healthy way with my own insanity, because I sound crazy saying that I have all these imaginary is I'm a big advocate for therapy. I was in it before doing Agnes, throughout Agnes, and then absolutely after I, yes, went in, fell into a puddle on my therapist's sofa, and we talked it out, and we helped me regain an equilibrium to go back into the world and start working on something new. But yes, it definitely took help decompressing.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so very much for your time today. And before we get out of here, I want to give you the opportunity to give us just a short explainer on why Agnes is the film to see this weekend during Tribeca.
I believe that Agnes is the film to see during Tribeca because it will make you think. Whatever you're expecting to see, it will not be that. You're not ready for this movie. You're going to be uncomfortable the entire time. So watch.
Well, thank you. That's very true. That is very true. Thank you so very much for your time, Molly. I tremendously appreciate it. Much continued success your way. And thank you so very much for talking with us today.
Thank you. This was lovely.
Thank you.